Welcome to a quick morning flow. We're going to start in a seated position. Close the eyes down, bring the palms to the knees. Begin to check in with the breath. Noticing your heartbeat. Noticing the temperature on the top of your skin. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise, chest expand. Exhale, side out through the mouth. Place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And begin to send your breath directionally to your tummy, filling up your stomach, and then your rib cage, and then your chest. Hold it at the top. Exhale out through the chest, and then the rib cage, and then the stomach. Inhale, filling up the belly, rib cage, and then the chest, holding it. Exhaling from the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Continuing to send your breath to the bottom, all the way up to the top, holding it, and then releasing it from the top to the bottom. Your next exhale, release it all. Bring the palms back to the knees. Take a nice breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Sweep the arms up above the head. Drop your right palm down. Send your left arm over. Shine your right collarbone up to the sky. Breathing in, taking some circles with the arm. Like you're swimming through space. Move as fast or slow as you'd like. Maybe drawing the palm away from the shoulder, finding points of tension as you reach out. Inhaling to bring yourself back up to center. Drop your left palm down, reach your right arm over, side body stretch. Shine your heart up to the sky, a little bit more, opening up. Take a big breath in, and then maybe begin to draw circles with the right arm. Feeling heat release as you move through space. Maybe pulling the ear away from the hand, creating some length, creating more space. Drawing the shoulder down away from the ear. Returning back to center on your inhale. Fold over your seats, allowing gravity to do the work here, almost as if your pelvic bowl were spilling some water out of it. Breathe in. Walk your fingertips to the right. Press your hips back towards the left. Activating the outer seam of your left torso. Drawing back towards center, walking the palms out towards the left, pressing back towards the right hip. Feeling that seam energetically. Turning back to center, walking the palms back up in space. Switch out your seat. So if your right leg is in front, bring your left leg in front this time, or vice versa, and then walk your palms back down, just balancing out the hips, allowing the pelvic bowl once again to spill forward. Breathe in. Gravity is doing the work. And then we'll walk our fingertips back up, bringing the palms again to the knees. Taking some seated cat-cows, let's inhale to send the chest forward, gaze up. Exhale to round out, sending your belly button towards your spine, shoulder blades back. Inhale, chest up to the sky. Exhale once again, round through, countering your direction. Maybe begin to add some organic movements, taking a few circles to the left and the right. Inhaling to shine the heart forward, maybe sending it around and back, rounding it out. Finding what feels good. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Notice any shifts in the upper body and the torso. Let's begin to shift into a seat with our legs out long. Coming into a boat, bring your legs to a hover, feet lift off the ground, arms right out beside you. Can you lift your heart up a little higher? Breathe in, feel the activation of your core. Exhale to lower halfway, hovering over the earth. Inhale, lift back up into a boat. Tap your right foot down to the ground, lift it back up. Tap your left foot down to the ground, lift it back up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, come back up to your boat. And release. Feet meet the earth, palms plant behind you. Lift your hips up to the sky for a reverse tabletop. Breathe into your heart. And exhale, lower it back down. Come right back into your boat. Legs lift, chest up. Breathe in, feel the fire, feel the heat. Exhale, lower it back down, plant your palms behind you, lift your hips up once again, reverse tabletop. Let the head hang back here. Exhale to lower it back down. You're going to shift into a malasana or a yogi squat, so use your palms to push your way up. Push your seat off the ground, keeping the knees bent and the hips low. Maybe you shift back and forth using your elbows to open your knees up, open the hips up. Plant the palms down in front of you. On your inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Exhale, sink back into your malasana. Inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Exhale, sink back into your malasana. Inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Exhale, sink down. One more time. Inhale, lift the hips and then rise all the way up. Mountain pose. Take a nice breath in through the nose. Sweep the palms up above head and fold forward. Inhaling to bring the palms to the shins, separate the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, drop it back down. Plant your palms, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Hold it here in your plank, breathe in. And then lower slowly down to the earth. Belly meets the ground. Bring your arms out to a cactus beside you. Tinting the fingertips. Lift your left shoulder off the earth, gazing over your left elbow. Exhale, lowering back to center. Lift your right shoulder off the ground, gazing over your right elbow. Exhale, return back to center. Plant your palms just beside your chest. Inhale, press into the feet as you rise up for a low cobra. Feeling the activation of your low back. Lower it back down and push your way back on your exhale for a downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet out, nod the head yes, nod the head no. Shift the hips a bit higher up in space. Maybe you take a few ankle rolls, coming onto your toes and then lowering back down to your heels. Take a moment of stillness. Gaze shifts forward to your palms. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Tadasana, reach the palms up overhead. And then lower back down, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine, proud chest. Exhale, lower. Plant your palms, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Hold here in your plank once again. Breathe in. Drop the knees down, send the hips back, child's pose. Option to set an intention for your day. Maybe it's an energy, maybe it's a word, maybe it's a phrase. If you can't find one of your own, maybe you would like to use mine, which is to soften. Where can I soften? Where can I find forgiveness as I move throughout my day? For myself, for others. When things don't go as planned. When life does not meet whatever expectations I may have for it. Shift into a heart opener, bringing the hips over the knees into a tabletop. We're going to move into a puppy pose, reaching the arms out long. Lowering the chest down to the ground. You can use your chin to prop up against the earth, or maybe you bring your forehead down to the ground. Shifting the hips back in space. If you like something deeper in your shoulders, you can even tent the fingertips. One more breath in. Then on your exhale, we'll slide all the way forward, coming onto the belly, and then rolling on to the back. Let's take a happy baby, grabbing the outer soles of the feet. Soles lift up to the sky. Rocking back and forth, knees come into the armpits or the biceps. And straighten one leg and then the other, if that feels good. Plant the feet down just below the glutes. Maybe you can touch the back of the heels with the fingertips. And then inhale, begin to lift your tailbone. Vertebrae by vertebrae, shift your hips up to the sky for a little inversion. A little counter of that puppy pose. Option to interlace your palms behind your back, rolling your shoulders under, lifting the heart up a bit. Release the palms, lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone is the last thing to touch the ground. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Lower the feet down. Find your way into a Shavasana. Palms can face up or down to the ground. I'm going to end here today, so take what you need if you'd like to stay here a little longer, or push your way up to seated to get your day started. Eventually, taking the rest that you need. Namaste, thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you like the flow with me, subscribe.